Okay, hey guys, how you doing? I made a statement in the last video that that on the reaming of the MT3 taper in the tailstock, there would be a point. We had those three stripes that were grabbing, and I said there had to be a point to where when those get knocked down, the whole taper is going to be engaged. And I've got quite a collection of metal that I've scraped out of the inside of that taper. And I think I'm sitting on my last run as we speak. I've got this magnet where I'm saving all this metal. And I'm not really sure if you'll be able to appreciate how much steel is there and how blue my fingers are. But there's quite a bit of metal there, and brace yourself, because I think there's going to be quite a bit of metal here as well. Okay, I'm using that big pipe as a breaker. Okay, I should be able to turn that out by hand now. This last one I pulled out was, well, similar to this one. Full of metal, which is obviously, I think, a good sign. Let me find my magnet. Where did I put it at? And see if I can capture any of this. I'm not getting all of it, you can see, but I'm getting a lot. Seems like I do better if I'm not touching. Which is, obviously, I'm having trouble doing because I'm not thinking. I've knocked all kinds off on the floor here. Maybe that's the way to get it off of there, is to give it a couple taps. And then coming back and picking it up. Anyway, I just collected a shitload more. And you got to remember, this is a good thing. So what I'm going to do Obviously you'll be cleaning everything down after this. Okay, a lot of you kind of remember, I think, what this used to look like. And we're looking like now. There we go. So it's definitely a gigantic improvement. So I'm going to clean this out with solvent, and then we're going to mark it. Okay, I'm using the tapered bore wipers. You can buy these on eBay relatively. Well, they're pretty expensive considering you can make your own at home. Alright, I'm ready to mark this and see what kind of coverage we have. I think I'm done. Okay, this is still give it a little knock there, and a moment of truth. About a 1/4 inch there. I have either no coverage or complete coverage. I no longer have those bands. Let's put that in there again. I think we're good. I think the test, we're going to put a chuck on here. We're going to put a 1-inch plus drill bit in here, and we're going to try to drill a hole and see if we get any slippage or not. Because I'm either getting full coverage. Well, let's look inside, because actually now that I'm looking at this, I think I may have eliminated a lot of coverage, and I think I'm only grabbing at the very end here. So I think I still need to work on just this first 1/4 inch or so. You see we're blue up here. There's not a lot of blue back in there. So I think I need to knock this out up front here. So we have some more to go. I was hoping I was done, but I am definitely finished reamer, and I think if I can knock out this area here and get that flattened out. Before it was those 3 bands in the middle that I had to knock down. So now I just have to knock down what's high here. So I really wasn't reading it right. I wasn't paying any attention to what's being left in here. And this whole, there should be blue all the way through there. But apparently it is only grabbing here at the nose. So I'm going to address that now. Okay, I was talking some nonsense earlier. about how, you know, working out here, I'm just going to work on the end and it's going to be beautiful, and that's all bullshit. The fact of the matter is, I need to get in there and get that thing cut, get some pressure on it. I need to bury this reamer into that taper. So you can see I have clearly, hold on a minute. Come on, baby. I've got more metal out of that this time than I have probably combined. And once again, I just reached that threshold to where I got over that one lump, and all of a sudden I'm cutting the entire bore. So that's my take. That kind of freaked the cat out. You guys know where I started at. I don't think I'm going to be marking up here at the end anymore. I still see a low spot in there. I don't feel it though. I'm going to get this cleaned out and mark it, and I'll bring you back. I'm going to try one more marking with and I'm going to be looking at the drill bit this time. I want to do one more using a different MT3 taper tool. Come back here. Hey guys, welcome back. Yeah, let me get you out of here. Just a minute. Let me get you back up here where you used to be. And then you swing away. There, good. And my hands are all blue. How come I have this aversion to wearing the gloves? This is a big no-no. I swear to you, I would never use this thing as a shelf. Shame on me. Okay, we're sliding free there. Let's go ahead and take the tailstock back. On the Morris taper number 3, there's so much. I mean, the improvement is 1,000-fold. as far as marking it and all that, I may not have any idea what the hell I'm doing, so I say quit while I'm ahead. This is my, I used my, chuck board the other day because I had to take the floor jack out to repair a flat tire on my little car. I need to get that back because I need it right now. But I just have to improvise. What did I do the last time? Tell you what, I use the doggy bed. Put the doggy bed right here. And doggy bed's going to capture the number 13. Jargo taper as it is propelled as it is propelled out of my spindle. Quite literally. Put the doggy bed down. And get this baby put away. Yes, I am done with the tailstock for now, unless, you know, I could be just right on the cusp of having that thing tuned in just right. And I may have already gone too far, so right now we're going to let it go. So, tell you one thing I do want to do. If anybody remembers this material, this is the stuff that was catching on fire. I do want to revisit that because I know a little bit more now, and I was kind of pushing things outside of the envelope just to see what I would see, and I think I'd like to go back and visit that. Apparently I was getting a halfway decent finish. Not really. I mean, it's shiny and everything, but it's a rocky road. It's a mountain range. Now here I got really nice. I must have slowed the speed down way down there, because that's beautiful. That's mirror. That's hours of no, not hours. I usually spend a lot of time with working up to 2,000, 2,500 grit sandpaper to get that finish. So I want to get this thing set up for turning. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. So, we're ready for a chuck. I'm going to bring the chuck board out. I don't want to Okay, what chuck do we put on? Tell you what, I have such a small little shop here. Let's do a quick shop tour, okay? Take a glance around here and make sure there's nothing here I don't want you to see. And there really isn't. I like to stick my cigarettes out of sight for whatever reason. Well, things with my address. I'd give you my address freely if you want it. George, you should have got your plexiglass today. Okay, let's start a little shop tour, okay? Number one, my favorite thing tonight is this heater. I also have an electric heater that sits up on top of the sticker cabinets, but it's being used elsewhere right now. And you see this big plug up here coming out of the wall. That is a 223 phase going out to the Lathe tool cutter grinder. And this battery is done charging. So this is how it all started here almost 3 years ago, I guess, or 2 years ago. I don't even know anymore. This was my only machine for 2 years. And I've turned out a lot of beautiful things on there. This was hours of work. And all those individual plates, and it busted on me. I need to remake it. Okay, so the heater, I got everything on this wall on one breaker, and when I leave this room, I hit that breaker, and that turns all this equipment off. So if any neighbor kids walk in here and try to turn this thing on and get up to mischief, I'm thinking they might not figure that out. This has become my chuck storage. Okay, it came to me right away. What in the hell is that? I can no longer read what it says. It's two different sizes. It says 5/16, or one side's just really wore down. I feel like you're getting a good picture of this. Yeah. I don't know if that's a special end mill, if it's broken, if it was sharpened by someone who didn't know what the hell they were doing. Yeah. Curious. Some boring bars, mini lathe style, arbor for something. Some neat letter. I don't have the entire alphabet, but this is kind of a dial-o-matic letter stamp. Just dial up your number and whack that baby. You got a little number one as well. It's got 1 through 0 with a minus and an X. Okay, this is the heater drawer. Got my 4-jaw, my 3-jaw. Let me unplug that light. Just some pens, mostly stuff pertaining to the mini lathe. ER32 collets. The light bulb is an idea I got from Steve Summers, and it takes care of all those end mills in the drawer above, and everything in that drawer, from flash rusting. This is just some various things I've collected for the day that I get in the milling machine. I know it's really nothing in the scheme of things, but it's a start. This is something that came from my father's collection. And kind of a curiosity to me. You might know what that is, but I don't. And here's something that has my father's name engraved in it, as well as a seldom seen 12-inch Lufkin rule. It's got a little damage on it, but Stephen Francis Zelik. He was a tool maker. Oh, his brothers were all tool makers to one degree or another. One of them held multiple patents he sold to Do-All. This is like my, work on the car, around the house tools. Lathe dogs from New York. What part of New York was I in? It was about an hour and a half outside the city. It's Catskills. And that's where my 4-jaw chuck came from. And I got a bunch of 8 to be specific magnetic strips to hold my lathe tools. Cement board in the background. I used to melt silver and pour silver. And then for the mini lathe, I'm very proud of this setup. I got all my Morse taper stuff up here. I got my good buddy Adrian up there, and then magnetic strips with all the tools right at hand, even equipped with a rear view mirror. This bench, we had these in our high school chemistry class. 2 students would sit at this bench and do their experiments. The top is some kind of chemically impenetrable surface. I don't know. It's heavy. It's just a 2-man lift. This 1.5 inch, 1 inch thick tabletop. It's one person is not going to pick that up. Okay, that's everything in this room. We got the sticker board. I'm sure you guys recognize all of that. This was a toolbox find. This is when it was the Cincinnati Redlegs. Little pennant. And in here we have oils, hardware, grease. This is kind of a mixed lot. There's shipping materials, just odds and ends, things that I don't want freezing. And now we have this room, and we have the skid that the lathe came on. Unfortunately, it's kind of clogged up right now. Couple shelves, and then we got the K.O. Lee tool cutter grinder. And if I decide to do anything with that, I'm going to get some heat on out here for probably 24 hours before I start it up. And I just kind of made kind of a work area here with some storage. There's a coolant tank down there. And I got a utility cart back here, a plastic utility cart. I got a bench grinder, a sander, C-clamped to that. I have the Harbor Freight, whatever size bandsaw. Works great. Got it on $175. They're usually $240 or so. The guy, there wasn't even this much sawdust on it, chips, when I got it. So I think he used it once and decided he didn't need it anymore. He set it up well, and he probably did a better job than I could or would have. I don't have the patience for that stuff all the time. So there's another table back there like the one the lathe is on, but no top. That might hold a bench top milling machine one day. There's a Harbor Freight Chicago Electric MiG 170 wire feed welder. And I think the cabinet probably cost as much as the welder, probably more. Cotton candy machine I'm working on for somebody. Some auction boring bars. And stuck this cabinet in here underneath the lathe skid. That's also found on the side of the road. Okay, let me turn off the Hollywood lights here. There we go. All right, guys, that's it. That's my little shop. This room here is probably 12 by 14, maybe. Okay. That was totally unexpected. Didn't think I was going to do a shop tour, but I wanted to for quite some time. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for leaving comments. Thanks for hitting the like button. I know all of you are doing all those things. So I thank you in advance. Good day.